Thank you, Madam President. I am going to take us back 100 years to August 5th, 1926. It was in the midst of the Roaring Twenties. Calvin Coolidge was the president. Babe Ruth was ruling professional baseball. There was no television. Horses and cars shared the streets together. Life expectancy was 57 years, and the Great Depression was still off in the future. But on August 5th of 1926, a remarkable person was born, and I want to recognize him today. He's a World War II veteran, a loving husband, father, and grandfather. His name, Sergeant Wayne Phillips, Wayne Franklin Phillips, and he is approaching an extraordinary milestone, his 100th birthday. Pretty amazing. Today we honor him, rise today to honor him, to reflect on his service and sacrifice as part of a generation that secured the freedoms that we enjoy today. Now, I grew up in rural Northwest Ohio, nearly in the same neighborhood as Sergeant Wayne Franklin Phillips. And I'm always proud of the people of rural Northwest Ohio. And Sergeant Wayne Phillips is from Henry County. Henry County, where he was born and raised on a farm, became a farmer in an area, small town, outside a small town, Hamler, Ohio. And he is one of three brothers and three sisters, alongside his three brothers and three sisters. If you are ever in Hamler, Ohio, it's one of those places that is agricultural, the heart of agriculture in Ohio. You can see to the horizon in all four directions, and I know the presiding officer from Iowa understands what I mean by that. It's just farmland as far as you can see. And he graduated from Hamler High School at the age of 17, and he joined the Army's 81st Readiness Division just months after receiving his high school diploma. Of course he did. That's what a lot of people of his age did during that period of time. And during his military service, Sergeant Phillips was briefly involved in the Battle of Bulge. I think all of us who study our history know that that was one of the largest and bloodiest battles fought by the American forces in World War II, and really was the final battle to defeat Hitler's Nazis. Over the course of 41 days and hundreds of thousands of Allied troops, they fought to halt that Nazi offensive in Western Europe, and they were successful in winning the final battle that led to the end of World War II. His service took him to Germany, the Philippines, and Japan, and following Japan's surrender, Sergeant Phillips quickly rose through the ranks and earned the rank of technician, 4th grade, becoming the youngest man in charge of a motor pool servicing trucks and military equipment. As you might expect, farm boys from Ohio knew how to fix things. And Sergeant Wayne Phillips was one of those. Like so many members of the greatest generation, Sergeant Phillips helped defeat tyranny, liberate Europe, preserve freedom for future generations, and because of his service and sacrifice, the service and sacrifice of many Americans like him, our nation and much of the world has enjoyed liberty and peace and prosperity for most of his life since then. We owe an enduring debt of gratitude to our veterans and more than 400,000 Americans who made the ultimate sacrifice during World War II. And after being honorably discharged in 1946, Sergeant Phillips married his wife, Eileen, and together they raised 3 children, Wayne, Paul, and Martha. Today, he is also a proud grandfather, great-grandfather, as well as a devoted uncle. His commitment to service did not end when he returned home. When service is in your DNA, you serve your country, serve your family, you move home, you serve your community, and that's exactly what he did. As a respected civic leader in Henry County, he served 16 years as a Henry County Commissioner and 4 years on the Deschler Village Council. And even as he approaches here in just a few days, his 100th birthday, this may be the most amazing thing when I think about it. Sergeant Phillips, Wayne Phillips, continues to drive to work each day at age 100 to the Phillips Oil Company, the family business that he founded and continues to operate alongside and with many members of his family. Pretty amazing. He is also a devout man of faith, as an active member of the Deschler United Methodist Church, and also part of Deschler American Legion and the Maumee Valley Sportsman's Club. Sadly, the number of our surviving World War II veterans grows smaller each year. I've celebrated 100 birthdays of several of them. I always love to hear their stories. You know, you put yourself in a position, 17 years old, you just graduated from high school, and you decide you're going to go off and serve your country in a war. So many of that generation stepped up and did that, and that's why when we honor someone like Wayne Phillips, we honor him and many others who were part of the most consequential chapters in our nation's history. It is our responsibility to ensure that their stories and their sacrifices are never forgotten. I say this often. We should honor what we value. We should honor what we value. And I hope every time that any of us, and I give remarks about veterans and World War II and the sacrifices that many generations of Americans have made, that we honor that so that our children hear that service and sacrifice is valued. It is important. And so, Madam President, on August 5, Sergeant Wayne Franklin Phillips will celebrate his 100th birthday. And it is an honor for me to share his story with my colleagues today, a life defined by service, family, faith, and community in support of our freedom. Sergeant Wayne Phillips is richly deserving of recognition as he reaches this remarkable milestone. I thank my colleagues for allowing me to honor this extraordinary Ohioan, and I extend my heartfelt congratulations to Sergeant Wayne Phillips on his 100th birthday. Congratulations. We celebrate you and your service. God bless you, and may God continue to bless America. Madam President, I yield the floor.